on, girl, let's scream.
I am a god.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel. This is the part where you run.
Come on, scream.
Hello and welcome to Let's Scream, a podcast where we dive into our favorite horror movies. I'm Parker.
And I'm Stevie.
And today we're looking at 1997's Perfect Blue, directed by Satoshi Kon.
Join us as we journey to Mima's room and learn all about the real Mima.
The real Mima!
Girl, are you ready to scream?
Come on, girl.
Let's scream. Well, Happy New Year, Parker.
Happy New Year, Stevie.
And this is the first episode for January, which is going to be J-Horror January.
J-Horror January. I'm so excited. It's been a fucking minute.
Yeah.
We took a little hiatus, which was nice.
Yeah.
It was much needed.
We took Christmas off. There's just not a lot of... We had a few Christmas movie ideas, but we just didn't...
We didn't have the time. We didn't have the energy. Listen.
It was a lot.
It was a lot, but we're back and we're doing our first horror movie in months.
Yeah.
The last one we did was at the end of Halloween. It was
Halloween
2.
Oh my God.
Damn, right?
It's been a minute.
So it's been a while, but I'm so excited. This is a movie that I've never seen before.
Yeah, I've suggested this one, and I am the one who's going to be doing the outline, so I very rarely do.
All right, because usually this is like me being like, oh, this is a horror movie I saw years ago, and like, it's your first time seeing it.
And I love this movie.
Okay, let's get into it.
I really love this movie. This movie was a huge inspiration for another film we already did, Black Swan. What's it? Aronofsky?
Yes, Aronofsky, yeah.
And he took a lot of inspiration from this film for another one. There's a scene in particular that we'll get into that he got into trouble with.
Oh, really? For like stealing?
And we'll get into it for one of his films, and Satoshi saw it and was very upset.
Well, I kind of hate Darren Aronofsky films. Darren Aronofsky, like, I like Black Swan because it's campy, so melodramatic. But like most of his films try to take themselves too seriously, and they're so crackhead. And it's like, girl, what the fuck is this shit?
And it doesn't. I'll be comparing this film a few times to Black Swan because I think he really tried to do what this film does. And the thing I like about this film, especially for people's first watches, you texted me and you were confused. And
yeah, can we talk about how I feel here in a second?
Yeah, but the film is very, I believe, intentional with the way it is directed to make the viewer kind of feel like they're also going crazy with Mima.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it can be, I understand where it can be confusing, but it's such a fun film to rewatch because you notice so many things and you're like, oh my God, wait, this is off. Like, you start to notice the things that are really off.
Well, then I will definitely want to rewatch it. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm excited to get into your outline of the story because I think it will clarify a lot of things for me.
Yes. Especially because in Japanese, and it uses Japanese names, and all the characters look very much like just Japanese people.
Yeah. And their drawings, nobody animated. It's hard to, it can get confusing on like who the characters are. To distinguish between who is who, yeah.
Especially when you're having to like read. I did watch the English version. I never even knew that existed until yesterday when I watched it because I have it on DVD. And honestly, I still recommend the Japanese version.
Yeah, that's what I watched.
I just think it's better.
I usually prefer subs over dubs.
Over dubs. Yeah. That's just my preference personally, and we'll get into it because there's like literally at the beginning and there's like immediately where I'm like, this is why you should watch the Japanese version.
Okay, yeah.
So
maybe that would have, I don't know, but I will say maybe the dub would have helped clarify something.
I think so.
To have them have more distinct voices.
Yes.
I will say, so like my initial opinion of this film is that, oh my God, it's beautifully animated. It's so fun. It's creepy, very unsettling at moments. But I was left definitely scratching my head, like you said. Like I was, story-wise, once it hits around like halfway through the film, I don't really know what the fuck's going on. It's like a lot of these different vignettes and you're not sure what's real.
Yes.
And I don't like that about Black Swan. We talked about that. That's one of the things that bothers me about that film and a lot of Aronofsky films. I want to know what is the reality of what's going on in the film.
Yeah.
I understand the whole like mind fuckery thing to an extent, but I think by the end of the film, you should still have a clear grasp on what is actually happening within the story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I feel like it's not as effective. And I don't think that's necessarily the case with the film as a whole, but I think it's just upon first viewing.
Yes.
Because
when you know what's gonna be, when you know the twist,
yeah.
it's like, okay, you can like focus on the stuff and kind of try to get a better understanding. So I completely understand.
Yeah. And I do think, I like when you can go back and rewatch a film and learn new things, but I do think that a film is not as effective when you have to go back and rewatch. You should be able to like watch the thing in one sitting and then leave feeling satisfied and understand like what it was trying to say. I'm confused on what this movie wants to say by the end of it too. Like just on a thematic note, like not even when it comes to the story. It's just like a little unclear to me what the message is. So I'm excited to get into the story. Like I said, I hope it will clarify some things because I think this movie has a great setup. It has a lot of potential and it has such great animation and it does such fun trickery, like visual trickery, and the transitions are really fun. But yeah, I just wish I was more satisfied by the story at the end of the day. So maybe, this will be a fun learning experience as we go through.
All right. Well, are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it for sure.
Well, going on from here, I do want to say this film does depict scenes of sexual assault. We will give warnings when that happens. Yes. I just want to get into that before we start this film because I know for some people that can be very triggering.
Absolutely.
So if that is something triggering to you, then maybe don't watch this film, but you can still listen to my walkthrough of it. I don't know, walkthrough, not walkthrough, but
the plot outline.
Plot outline of it. And maybe still get a good understanding of this film. But we will get into it. So here we go.
All right.
So we open up with a knockoff Power Rangers.
Very Power Rangers. Okay.
And they're
Which was your favorite Power Ranger? Sorry, before we really get into it.
I always like the pink one and the yellow one. The girls.
Okay, fag. I love that for you, though. Because, same. But also, Tommy from the one with Ivan Ooze. If you know, you know. Okay.
Okay. I don't know. They are performing at a theme park, and there are rumors spreading about a girl named Mima leaving her pop group, which is named Cham. So it's a trio of three, and there's talks of her going on to an acting career and leaving the music career.
So I want to know, is Mima well known? Is she like established?
She has a fan following, but they're not very successful. They are not charting.
Okay. Gotcha.
And she mentions that in a line later. She's like, "Oh, we never charted when I was with them."
Okay, gotcha. There's an interesting, right off the bat here, there's this interesting discussion about pop singers not making money. And I feel like I was confused by that. Maybe that's a Japanese thing because this is late 90s, right? And the movie's set in the late 90s. Bitch, that's when pop stars were making the most money. Like the labels had so much money back then.
But keep in mind, like American artists were really big back then.
Okay, yeah. See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is that
because international influence took over a lot in the 90s because of like the internet and like.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because a lot of people were more easily getting access to the internet too in the late 90s, and so.
And that plays into this story.
Yes.
We're seeing early internet in this story. It has a huge play into the story.
We meet both Mima and her manager, Rumi.
Rumi looks like Liza.
Liza, she does.
I said, this bitch looks like Liza Minnelli. Okay, well, Liza. Should we call her Liza?
We can call her Liza.
Okay.
We can call her Liza.
Cheers.
Lucille.
Literally
I was thinking of that clip of her from Arrested Development where she goes, Lucille.
She has these like wide set eyes and the short Liza haircut. Like it literally looked like fucking Liza.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh damn girl, you can move. It's like when the me characters would be like, let me put the eyes as far apart as I possibly fucking can.
Right. When you're trying to make like SpongeBob or something.
Yes. Rumi's helping Mima get ready for her final performance, and while this is happening, we're also getting other scenes, kind of getting a glimpse of Mima's like daily routine.
Right.
So you're riding on the train We see her going to the grocery store, buying milk and buying
Buying
fish.
what? How do you say it, Siri?
She's buying fish food as well.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Bravo, bravo.
Milk. Stevie says milk, y'all.
While Mima is getting ready for her performance, she is informed that she's been offered a role in a drama. There's also rumors going around about that. But Rumi is hesitant about it. She does not think she should quit singing. She should not go into acting, that she should continue with singing. During her final performance, Mima is admired by a creepy fan.
Yes, this guy has a very interesting character design. He's got like really far set eyes.
Glassed over.
Yeah.
They're really creepy. He just has like creepy fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
He just looks... You know when you see someone in a movie and you just know they're not good?
Right, evil. He looks evil for sure.
But he is infatuated by her. So you could tell he is a super fan.
Yeah.
And this is the scene. This is why you should watch the Japanese version. The song and the English version, Is it bad?
They
changed the lyrics. I'm like, they should have just left it Japanese.
Sure, okay,
Like,
yeah.
nobody's going to give a shit.
I liked this song.
The
This
songs
was
are
fun.
cute.
They're very K-pop. They're very kind of look like strawberry shortcake, though, I will say.
Yes.
Everyone's dressed like a fairy prince. You look like a fairy princess
princess.
that resides over the pits of hell. Now, I was confused at first because he looks like he's doing some kind of a spell or something.
No, he's just like, it's just showing how like infatuated he is with her. He's just
Okay.
obsessed with her.
Okay.
Like he is
okay.
in love.
I
like,
thought he was magical at first. Like, I thought that he was some kind of like, I don't know, demon worshiper or voodoo person. Like, I don't know. Like, it looked like he was harvesting her energy. Kind of like, you know, the villains in Sailor Moon do.
Mm-hmm.
It was very that same sort of like animation going on. So that confused me, but that makes more sense going forward. Okay.
during the performance, some crappy kids start heckling and like throwing trash at the stage, and that pisses off the creepy fan. And he goes and like confronts them.
Yeah, he's like,
and,
I'm going to beat your ass.
and Mima like pleads for them all to stop and informs them all that
She's like, stop fighting.
stop the fighting, stop fighting from
Stop the
Glee.
violence.
Stop the violence from Glee.
She's very stop the violence. Yeah.
And she informs everyone that she is no longer going to be working with Cham. She's going to be leaving the group to pursue an acting career. And she performs her final song. Mima returns home. She's drawing a bath and she feeds her fish. So there's a few things you want to notice around the apartment. Notice her fish. She takes down this giant poster of Cham, her group, and just, thanks them for the jobs and all the memories.
Kind of like a ceremonious, like, sending off of the girl group.
And she's going through her final fan mail, and she receives a strange letter talking about looking into her room, and it talks about a website called Mima's Room.
And she doesn't know what a link is. She's like, a link? Because it's so early internet days.
It's 97,
She's
so it's like...
Because they said, yeah, here's a link to Mima's Room. And it's an HTTP, like www. She's like, what the fuck is this? Which I thought was interesting.
And while talking on the phone with her mom, she receives another call, and it's just a creepy call with somebody just breathing into the phone.
Heavy
not
breathing.
making any noise.
Yeah.
And then she receives a fax with a bunch of prints on it saying the word traitor.
Traitor. Okay, this setup is great. Creepy stalker.
Yes.
I was very excited around this time. I was like, okay, pop star stalker situation. I'm in for this.
We then move to Mima's first acting gig. She asks Rumi about the strange fan letter, and she tells her that it's a website called Mima's Room. And she's kind of telling her like, oh, it's just like a blog that somebody writes. It's like not things too serious. We meet Tadakoro, who is, I believe, the talent agent. Like he is the one in charge of both Cham. He's in charge of Mima. He like runs the agency.
Yes.
Rumi is just her manager.
That's right. Yeah,
So-
I got that for sure.
He comes to watch Mima's first acting gig, and he asks Tajima and Shibuya, who are the director and the writer, to consider giving Mima more lines for future guest
Right.
appearances.
And the writer, he looks like Stephen King.
And while they're shooting her first scene, as soon as they call action, So Tajima had given a letter to Takoro saying, this is for Mima. This arrives for Mima.
That's right. That's right. Mhm.
And he opens the letter and it explodes.
With like red paint, right? It's like, or was that blood?
It was blood. It like
Was
injured.
it blood?
Yes,
Okay.
it injured him.
I wasn't sure if it
You
was,
see in the like next scene he's in that he's like bandaged up.
Okay. Yeah. And she's about to say her line, her one line.
Her one line.
Which is like, excuse me, who are you? She keeps practicing it.
And she practiced it like multiple times.
She's all nervous. And the second she goes to say it, boom, the note explodes and it's like chaos. That was very effective. And then the letter says, this is a warning. Next time it'll be even crazier.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Spooky.
Rumi helps Mima then at her house to set up a computer in her apartment. And they discuss what happened with the letter, and Rumi's kind of dismissive of it. Mima's like, why did we not even call the police?
She's like, it's fine.
She was like, no, Tadakoro said he was fine. Like, he's gonna recover. They didn't want to make a big fuss over it.
She didn't give two fucks.
She's like, okay. She then runs Mima through how the internet works, how URLs work, how to get on the internet.
I loved this.
It was really like
so like
and
of
she
the
was
time.
Mima was like, oh, I can't figure this out. But then when she's alone by herself, she's starting to figure it out, and she gets onto the website and finds Mima's room. And there's a like blog, right? And that's from her perspective.
This was so creepy.
And it gets every like little detail right about her.
About
even
her
the
daily life. It's
even
her diary. Yeah.
It's literally even talks about how she steps off the train with her left foot first. It gets the type of milk she gets specifically.
Type of milk she gets.
And the brand of food she gets for her fish. So she's like,
yes.
What the fuck? And then there's an audio clip from her backstage or on set saying her line over and over. Excuse me, who are you? And she's like, what the absolute
fuck? This
fuck?
chilled me to the bone, bitch. That's what I'm saying. Like, this movie is so effective in setting up suspenseful scenes. It's so unsettling.
Yes. The next day, Rumi is upset with Tadakoro over Mima's lack of scenes. She believes, because she's in her first like episode, she has like 4 scenes. Like, it's literally just 4 shots.
Yeah,
of her.
and they're
it's
like
4
little.
shots of her.
Yeah.
And the like, girl, she left music for this. Like, so she believes needs to go back to music. She needs to get back with Cham. But Tadakoro is like, no, like, she is going to make no money. They are not making money. You don't make money in music anymore. You need to be in acting. That's her only chance of like being successful. But it then is revealed that Cham has now they're just a duo. They never replaced Mima, but they have gotten more successful, and they are now in the top 100 charts since her departure.
Right. Okay, Billboard.
Fans begin discussing Mima's role and how small it is, and the show, people are not interested in it. It's not doing well, so we're kind of seeing...
Yeah, it's like a crime drama.
Yeah, it's a crime drama.
Someone's sister
who got murdered. I'm not even going to get too much into the plot of the TV show she's on.
The TV show confused the hell out of me, because there are times when the TV show's going and you're like, oh, is this part of the main storyline? And then you realize it's just the TV show.
Yes.
But then her character, she's using her name as her character. Like, her character's name is like Mima. Like,
it's very similar.
So it's like, okay, what's going on? Yeah.
The creepy fan overhears the other fans discussing the like hatred of the show. So he's also kind of in on like, oh, this show is not good. She needs to go back to singing.
Yeah, he's just pissed about the whole acting thing. It's very like Miley Cyrus. She's very like, do you remember when Miley Cyrus, her image was starting to change?
Yes.
We'll talk about that as we go further.
People get mad.
Yeah.
Mima starts to experience paranoia when she's trying to step off the train. She even realizes she's about to step with her left foot off first. So she like changes it.
Yes.
And as she's getting onto the elevator to her apartment, she sees a cutout of a news article about a hit and run. And the victim was the heckler from the beginning of the film, who was throwing
one of the
stuff
little
at her.
shit kids, right? Yeah.
And she looks off and she sees the creepy fan like across the street, like staring right at her.
Yeah, her stalker.
So that's fucking creepy. This guy is so fucking creepy.
Yeah, he's nasty.
The next day, Cham is celebrating their top 100 hit. Mima receives her new script and she's gotten more lines, which is great. but we're still kind of seeing like she's having to do more of a climb where it's as soon as she left Cham, they're now growing successful. So it's like, if she had just stayed, would she have been getting that success too? So it's like,
That's
what's
fucking
happening?
her, yeah.
Her role begins to gain traction, and they decide to make her character more important to the plot of the show. And this involves writing an SA scene for her. And Rumi is not having it. She's like, we are not having her do this. This is not happening.
But Mima's like, no, I want to do it.
And Tadakuro
It'd
is
be a
also
good
like,
challenge
no,
as an
like this
actress.
has to happen. Like,
Yeah. Which I'm kind of like, I mean, like, I don't know. We don't really know the context of the show. Is this SA scene like absolutely necessary? But I mean, like, it is a good challenge for her as an actress. This is exactly the opportunity that she needs to showcase that she's taking it seriously. You know what I mean? So I get why she wants to. It's an interesting conundrum, right? Because it is an SA scene.
yes, but as soon as she kind of agrees and they agree to do it, she kind of immediately regrets it.
She's like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
The scene is then filmed, and it is okay. So we are getting into the scene. So if this is not for you, please fast
Skip
forward.
ahead, I'll tell
I
you
will
when.
get through it as kind of quickly as I can. So the scene is very brutal. It kind of makes you feel like, is she actually getting assaulted right now?
Yeah.
But then they call cut at a point.
And
And
the
they're
guy-
like, oh, nope, we're good.
And I liked the detail of the partner, the guy who is playing the rapist in this scene.
Immediately apologizing.
Is like, are you okay? Like,
I am
which
so sorry.
I really liked, and it's just interesting because nowadays, you know, there'd be an intimacy coordinator for this scene, and it's just kind of fucked up how just showing the spooky side of the film industry. Like, this is the kind of shit that actors would have had to have just completely kind of raw dogged, like mentally, when it comes to having to do such crazy acting like this.
And Mima kind of like just phases out. Like
Well, doesn't she at one point, she's like got her head hanging back like over the stage, and she sees him, the stalker,
creepy fan.
like in the extras. Like,
Yes.
he's on set for a second, and then she kind of like, oh, I
yes, he
blinked
was
and
watching
he's
the
gone.
scene being filmed.
Yeah, he's like, he
And
was
so
there.
she kind of like almost like, what is that? When you kind of just
She kind of blacks out. She,
blacks out in a way,
Yeah.
a sense. Rumi and Tadakuro are both watching the scene being filmed. Rumi leaves in tears. Tadakuro is clearly uncomfortable.
yeah.
And
Good, mind you, she's like what? How old is she?
she's probably like early 20s.
Really? See, I was thinking she was like 19 years old.
Maybe. I mean, she might even be that young. Like,
Yeah, because they keep. There's a lot of.
I
like,
mean, yeah, she calls her mom about her like,
Yeah, there's a lot
Tokyo.
of-
You just moved to Tokyo.
there's a lot of references to how young she is. So I'm thinking like 18, 19 years old.
18 or 19, probably then. Mima returns home after filming the scene, and she has noticed that her fish have died, and that
Oh,
completely
that was sad.
triggers her.
Yeah.
And she has a full meltdown talking about how she did not want to do the scene, but she felt she kind of had to, and she just really regrets it, and she's just like devastated. And when she looks into her computer screen, she sees in her reflection her dressed up again in her idol costume.
Yes.
And she's kind of begins to like taunt herself of like,
Yep.
oh, you should have remained an idol. You would have been successful.
This is the Black Swan. It's her doppelganger.
Yes.
we can call
We
it
see her doppelganger.
from now on. Yeah, she's like, you know, she's her little fairy princess that resides over the pits of hell.
the pits of
outfit.
hell.
Yeah.
We then get a scene of the creepy fan on the website, and it appears at first that he's writing the article, but it's actually somebody is writing to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's somebody else, right? Because it's kind of, which I think this is kind of one of the first ways, because I think most people would assume, oh, the creepy fan's writing the
It's
blog.
him. Yeah.
But now we learn, oh no, he's not the one writing it. Whoever's writing it is trying to manipulate him.
and he's like working for somebody.
So we see the doppelganger kind of hovering over him.
Yeah.
So it's a very creepy scene. And
This is this is why I was like, I think that he's like voodoo or something, or like magical. I thought the doppelganger for the longest time was like
Oh.
an actual like demonic presence or something.
I will tell you this. All of the apparitions you get of the doppelganger are real until the very end. And I'll get into that.
Like real as in like
Or sorry, are not real.
not real. Okay,
They are not real.
gotcha.
So I think that might be something that can also confuse people when they first watch this
I
film.
was confused about, the doppelganger,
So-
a lot of it, yeah.
We'll get into that. The doppelganger is just kind of a symbol of
Like her inner
both her
turmoil.
going insane and also to kind of show how the fan is also going insane.
Okay.
Because that's what this film is.
She's like the idealized...
Basically in this film, everyone's mentally ill.
Okay.
If you need to understand this film, everyone is mentally ill in this
Everyone's
film.
crazy. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay. Because, so this doppelganger is like the idealized sort of like image, this teeny bopper image. Okay, gotcha.
So it's his thing could be kind of like how you're talking about Hannah Montana, like Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, he's like, I don't
like-
want her to go do bangers. I want her to do season 4 of Hannah Montana.
I want another season of Hannah Montana.
I like,
Put on the
okay.
blonde wig.
Girl knows she needs to go do bangers.
I want See You Again, not We Can't Stop.
Right. Like, girl, no. Miley had so much more success after bangers. Hello.
Ratings begin to go up for the show, and Mima begins doing more interviews. She's getting a lot of good press, so the scene ended up being actually successful.
Right, that's the thing. Yeah.
And we are now seeing her getting more importance in the show and her continuing to talk about her successes and how she got to where she is, but how she does not regret leaving music, how she really loves being an actress and she wants to be remembered for acting. And that's pissing off the fan.
Sure.
That's pissing off the stalker. She begins to obsessively read this blog and she kind of starts to question, because the blog starts to say that she hates what she's doing. She didn't want to do the acting. She's being forced to do it. She wants to go back to singing. And she's like, I didn't write any of this. But she's become so obsessed with it. It soon becomes, she starts to believe that maybe this is me writing this. Maybe I am the one writing this blog. Mm-hmm. She begins again having visions of her doppelganger who continues to mock her, saying that she should have gone back to music. She needs to quit acting. She's never going to be good at it. She's not going to be successful.
Right.
So she's, again, this is kind of for her, the doppelganger is more just her doubt.
Yeah.
She's experiencing a lot of like doubt is her whole like mental anguish throughout this film.
Yeah.
And regret. Like, did I make the right choice? Should I have saved the music?
It's her inner saboteur.
Yes. She's dealing with her inner saboteur.
RuPaul would love this movie. Whenever we see her doppelganger, like that scene where she's kind of chasing her around on the balcony, she's bouncing. It's like bouncing the motherfucking house. She's always skipping around. I kept thinking bounce, bounce, bounce. Now bounce in the motherfucking house.
We then see the writer Shibuya parking his car in a parking garage.
That's right. His name is Shabuya. Shabuya. Roll call. That's the first thing I thought when his name came up on the captions. I was like, his name is Shabuya? And he looks like Stephen King.
And we're hearing the song that Mima performed with Cham at the beginning of the film.
This is such a good scene. This is probably my favorite
Because
scene
when he
in the
first
film.
like backs up into his spot, there's like a creepy message. Mm-hmm. And then
it's in the parking garage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we just hear the music
parking garage
echoing.
scenes in horror are so effective.
Well, because parking garages are creepy.
Fucking scary. Yes. So
they are
I
the scariest
loved
things on
this.
earth.
So just the emptiness, the echoiness, the fact that someone could be lurking behind a car or hiding in a car. Like, yeah. Very Scream 4 vibes.
And the music
you know, you know.
stops. And then the elevator opens and the music is playing again on a boombox in the elevator.
In the elevator.
And then the next thing we see is the elevator opening, and Shibuya has been killed
With
and had
his eyes gouged out, bitch.
which is an important thing to pay attention to.
Yeah,
is
the eyes.
is gouging out.
Yeah.
That is going to become our killer's
like calling
signature
card.
calling card.
Yeah. This and then the elevator doors close, and that was so scary too. Like the thought that someone's gonna go to use the elevator and they're gonna find this fucking body in there. That was so good. Loved this.
News of his death spreads quickly, and Mima is suspicious as fuck.
Sure. Yeah.
And Tadakoro and Rumi are both just like, no, girl, you're fine.
Blowing it off.
She's like, am I crazy? And that's where another thing I think that kind of plays into why she starts to go insane is she's like, am I the only one seeing this crazy shit? But everyone's just like so focused on like, no, we gotta focus on you and your career. Your career is more important. Your career is more important. Nobody's thinking about her mental health, her safety. She's just kind of being like dragged everywhere and no one's really listening to her.
You know who she's the opposite of? is Angela from Carol and Tuesday, the anime about pop stars.
Yes.
Angela is a funny character. She has a stalker, but she just finds it annoying.
And then when he gets killed, she just gives the
thumbs up.
DJ. She gives the thumbs up to the DJ. She's like, and she goes back to performing.
She's
performing while she's about to be assassinated.
She's cunt. I love that character.
Hey, Angela, how'd you know it was me?
You're just wearing a wig.
You literally just put in a ponytail.
She's like, yeah, but I put a ponytail in. Like,
And I'm wearing glasses.
different.
Everyone watch Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
that's a good. If you're interested in Japanese animation,
That one is
girl,
amazing.
it's such a good anime.
Mima then, there is rumors going around that she's going to do a photo shoot with a notorious photographer who gets women naked whenever they
Yes.
perform
He
for
was
him.
like Terry Richardson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she does the photo shoot, and when they're about to do the nude part, she locks herself in the bathroom and again sees her doppelganger who continues to mock her, saying, "Oh, you're a slut. Look at what you're doing." Mm-hmm. So it's just, she's just really like degrading herself, but she goes through with the photo shoot anyway. And girl, her pussy! Bitch, her pussy!
I know, she showed Bush on
We
Maine.
saw her pussy.
Seriously.
Her pussy, not her bussy.
But we saw her bush, girl. That's what I was like, oh damn, they animated the pussy hairs. Like, okay.
While she's reading her blog, though, it's talking about how she performed with Cham again. And she's like getting really confused. So it starts to play with her mental psyche.
And this is why I was so dead set on the doppelganger is like a demon or something, because we see her performing on stage with Cham. We see that happen, which I guess is maybe just a dream, or like she's imagining what that would have looked like. Is that what it is?
Again, this film is one of those films that kind of tries to make you feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah, I was
They
like,
want you to kind of experience.
I was like, oh, this is like an entity that's like impersonating her. That's what I was sold on for a really long time watching this movie, but maybe that's just me.
We then get one of the most famous scenes from this film, because this is the one that was stolen by Aronofsky for Requiem of a Dream. She's in the bathtub, and it's a shot of her from above with her like head under the water and then her screaming under the water.
Right.
This whole scene is stolen from input in Requiem of a Dream.
Oh, wow.
And the director of this was so pissed when he saw it.
Just the screaming in the water.
The like literally shot for shot, like the shot above the bathtub, then the shot underneath the water, and then having the actress like scream. Like it's all shot for shot, the exact same thing.
He didn't even try. It's like copy my homework, but just kind of change it a little bit.
It's like, bitch, you copied my homework.
The exact homework.
Bitch, you even did your A's like I do mine.
Girl, I don't like Darren Aronofsky.
So this is, it's a famous scene because it's amazing. It looks great. It's kind of showing her like anguish, but it's also famous because it was stolen.
Interesting. Okay.
The creepy fan is upset with the nude photo shoot and steals all the copies of the magazines because he does not want anyone seeing his precious Mima like that.
Nope.
We see he's talking to somebody who's claiming to be the real Mima, asking for his help to take out the imposter, saying that the Mima that we know and have been following, the actress, is not real.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of her. She's preventing me from being a pop star.
Right.
Mima struggles at work, and she's struggling during her scenes, having trouble getting through them. And we kind of see her mental anguish now. She's mentally exhausted. I think she's being pushed to do things.
Right. And there's a woman who's like a more established actress who, what is her name? Is it Erin? Or I can't remember what her name. Yeah, Erin or something. But she is, I think, the lead of this movie.
Yes.
And has kind of taken Mima under her wing. But also there's this frustration with Mima because not being professional, right? Like, girl,
just say your line.
I want to help you, but like,
If you can't say your line, like, girl,
we
what are
keep
doing?
having to cut, and they're filming in the rain, which is like really uncomfortable as an actress to have to film under fake rain. She's like freezing.
I think it was real rain.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah, it's real rain because they don't even finish the scene.
Okay,
They have to do a reshoot.
That's right. There's a reshoot,
So-
and it's sunny outside. Yeah. So she's like, girl, like, I want to help you, but like, you need to be professional and not be so in your head about this.
Rumi tries to comfort Mima while she's at home with her. They're having like dinner together, and she's telling her, "Girl, you need to stop going on this website. Like, it's driving you crazy. It's just some random
Is this
person."
when like it's the sequence? This is the sequences that always start with them eating cake.
Yes.
Okay. This is when I start to not like the movie as much anymore.
Because it starts to repeat itself. So she kind of gets
I
stuck
got
into...
really confused. Yeah.
She's so, like, losing her grip with reality at a point she's holding a glass in her hand and just shatters
It
it.
breaks it in her hand.
And, like, she has no reaction. And Rumi's, like, freaking out. Like, what is wrong with you?
She's like, is this blood even real? Well, because that's a little later. That's like at the end of this whole sequence where it's like she keeps waking up and it's like Groundhog's Day almost.
Yes.
She keeps forgetting like what happened the day before and like weird shit keeps happening. And it's so hard to follow. It's like, I mean, like I get this is where I get frustrated because it's too much of what's going on.
That's fair.
And everything resets. And I don't know. And at this point, because there's still a substantial amount of movie left, but when so many things happen that didn't actually happen and there's so many fake outs, then I'm having trouble following what even am I supposed to be caring about.
She's not taking Rumi's warning and she continues reading the blog. And there's even a post about her shopping in Harajuku. And she's like, I guess I shopped in Harajuku today. She just starts to believe that this blog is also an actual depiction of her life. So she's just really losing her grip with reality of what's actually happening. But most of what we see is happening. I'll point out stuff that doesn't.
Okay.
So when it's the repeating days, it just feels that way because she's having to do a reshoot of the scene she already did. So that throws her off. And then Rumi gets her they get the exact same meal because she mentions...
right, okay, yeah.
And she's like, oh, like, I haven't seen you in forever, Rumi. And she's like, girl, I was just here yesterday.
Right.
So it's just more she's going insane. Like, she's not having a grip on, like, what's time, what day is it.
Right.
She's just not having any memory. But this stuff is happening, and that's why she's not getting her lines right. Because she's so mentally gone at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she's mentally exhausted. Just from, I think, the job and then the stress of, like, did I make the right choice? Was acting the right choice? Is this going to be...
Yeah, okay. See, now that will inform how I feel about the story going forward, because I'm still thinking, is she in some kind of like space-time continuum loop?
There is only one moment that is a dream.
Okay.
And we'll get into, but that's again why she's so like, was this a dream? Is this happening?
Okay.
But yes, after reading the blog, we then get a scene of the photographer getting attacked by a pizza delivery guy who brutally kills him.
And it's Mima.
It's Mima.
It's fucking Mima in disguise.
Disguised.
Yeah. She's using like an ice pick.
Yes.
That was crazy. I loved the gore in this scene.
It's insane. And this is a really famous shot, the one where it's her stabbing and the projection from the film he was watching, like, on her face. That's a shot that a lot of people really like to share from this film.
Yeah.
This is an amazing scene. It's
such a
very
great scene.
brutal.
Brutal.
Because he kind of just comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
And I'll further explain this scene later.
Okay.
Mima then the next day discovers the bloody clothes in her closet
Yeah.
the next morning. So this happened while Rumi was at her house, or like after Rumi left, the murders like had happened.
Okay.
And so Mima discovers the bloody clothes.
She remembers that she killed him. She's like having flashes and she's like, oh my God, that was me. Which confuses me later.
No. She's just having visions of like, did I do this?
Yeah, but how would she know about that?
Because she gets hounded by because she just notices the bloody clothes. Then when she opens the door, the paparazzi are there and the news reporters asking her about the murder of the photographer. And so that's when she's like, oh my God, did I kill him?
It seemed to me like... it's hard to talk about this without spoiling later. We'll get into it.
Yeah. We'll get back to this. Because this film might need to explain some stuff.
Sure.
So she is now convinced that she might have killed the photographer. Because she's hearing news of this. She found the bloody clothes. She's convinced, like, oh my God, am I going crazy? Am I killing these people now? Because she would have a vendetta against both the writer, because he wrote the rape scene, and when we have the photographer who she did the nude photo shoot with. So, okay, maybe she murdered them. He was also, we get news that his eyes had been, like, gouged out.
Yep.
So
calling card number 2. Yep.
calling card once again. Mima then does her final take of her show, and we learn that like her character was like mentally insane, had multiple personalities.
Okay, I thought this was real. And then she says, my name is Mima, and she gives her actual name. Like, she doesn't have a character name. It's like she's using her real ass name. So I thought this was a whole reveal because her character is admitting that she was a murderer and that she had like a split personality. And that detective character, she's like giving the whole breakdown on like, oh, well, she was the one killing. So I thought this was a whole reveal that Mima had a split personality and that the show that she was supposed to be an actress on was a real life like cop drama investigation that was going on. Like, that's how confused I was by...
Really?
Yes. I swear.
Oh, because I thought like... Because I get that at first, but then as soon as that happens, you're like, oh, wait, no, it's the show.
Well, but she used her real name. That's what threw me off. I only thought this for a few minutes, but it had me going for so long. Because, like, the scene's kind of long. Like, you get this actress, her character, like... describing Mima, and again, the character's name she's playing is named Mima, like same first name, same last name, same everything.
Yeah.
So that's why it was so confusing, because I was like, oh, well, damn, I guess Mima just is crazy. And then, eventually, a few minutes later, you realize that it was just a scene. But then I'm thinking, is this a new timeline as well, like introduced in the time loop sort of thing?
See, there's no time limit, baby.
Right, but the movie confused me because it really did seem like that, like it was a Groundhog's thing. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know. First time I had no idea, and you have to understand, I didn't do any research going into this movie. I did not know what kind of story this was supposed to be.
I think you'd really enjoy a rewatch of this film.
I'm sure I would. Yeah, so we'll have to do that. Yeah.
So after her final take, she's getting a ton of applause, but then she's kind of phasing out and remembering like being an idol again, and she's just kind of. Like, this should be a great moment for her, but it's also, like, a wrap on the show, so it's also kind of like, well, am I gonna
Everyone's like, congratulations, Mima. And she's, like, sitting there like, Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson.
Right.
While alone in the studio, Mima is attacked by a crazy fan. Or by the crazy fan, by the stalker.
Right.
And he believes that she's an imposter, and he needs to get rid of her to free the actual Mima.
The real Mima.
And she gets the upper hand on him at a point, and she smacks him with a hammer.
Right. I thought he died, but he comes back. So I guess she just kind of knocked him out.
She knocks him out. She incapacitates him because she goes to find Rumi. And Rumi had been with Tadakoro, and she left him, and she went to look for Mima, and she finds Mima just like... I mean, her clothes were ripped up. He, like, ripped off her top.
Yeah.
She... is just clearly distraught, and Rumi tries to help her, and they go back to the set, and the crazy stalker's body is gone. So Rumi's just like, Mima, maybe you just imagined it? Bitch, look at her fucking clothes.
Girl, right?
When the body is no longer there, Mima just continues to spiral. She is losing her full grip with reality.
Yeah, which very Black Swan, right? When she thought she killed Mila Kunis.
Yes.
Who always had her headphones on.
While on the train, Rumi says to her, let's go back to Mima's room. Mima wakes up, and if you'd been watching the scenes where you thought the time loop was happening, her room is a complete mess. First thing that's kind of off, but maybe most people are going to notice it, because I watched this with Keaton for the first time like a month or two ago. So you'll notice the room is completely clean. She then notices that the fish are alive. Which was the first thing Keaton noticed. Was like, wait, what the fuck?
And the Cham poster.
And the Cham poster is back up on the wall. Mm-hmm. She looks off the balcony and sees a train.
It's a completely different location.
It's not her fucking apartment.
It's not her apartment.
But it looks just like her fucking apartment. And then the doppelganger comes in through the kitchen, and Mima notices in the reflection in the mirror, it's fucking Rumi.
Liza!
Dressed up as her.
Yeah.
And she believes that she is Mima.
Right, okay. Didn't get that the first time I watched it.
So Rumi has been the one writing this blog.
Okay, yeah.
She has been the one who's upset that Mima is acting and not a pop idol. She is the one who convinced the stalker to attack Mima.
Okay. That was not clear to me, but I am so glad that we're sitting here talking about it.
And Rumi is the one
'Cause that makes so
who's
much
been
more
doing
sense.
all the murders.
It was Liza the whole time.
Because Mima calls Tadakoro. Tadakoro had been murdered with his eyes gouged
out.
And we also get a flash of the fan. He has been killed with his eyes gouged out. Rumi was the one doing all the killings.
Okay.
And if you rewatch this film, that's why she's dismissive of the letter.
I want to rewatch it now. I want to rewatch it now because until you just said that it was Liza the whole time,
Yes.
that had not clicked for me.
Yes.
Okay.
The
makes sense.
setup is to make you think, oh, it's the fan. Then it's to be like, no, the fan's being told by somebody else to do stuff. We're going to make you think it's Mima now. Because they make you think it's Mima with the photographer.
Okay. And
But
now
the reason it looks
was-
like Mima is because you're getting Rumi's perspective in that murder, and Rumi believes she's Mima.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Okay, yes. Because I'm still thinking, like, is the doppelganger a demon?
No, it's Rumi.
Yeah.
And there's a shot that really well explains this coming up because we get a really great chase sequence where
Sure.
Rumi is gonna kill Mima. And so Mima is like screaming. She has to like jump off the balcony onto a roof.
They're running around on the rooftops. They're going across a bridge at one point.
She's screaming for help. Nobody's listening to her.
Yeah.
And I've been to Tokyo. It's a big city, but people are loud there. So they would have heard her.
I would have heard her ass. Okay, yeah.
And there's a point where Rumi like stabs her with an umbrella.
Yeah, there was an umbrella.
But there's a scene where, so as Mima's running, we get the doppelganger. She's kind of like hopping and like skipping.
Bouncing the motherfucker.
And we see her like hopping and skipping, but in the reflection, we see Rumi just fully like running.
Oh, I didn't even notice the reflection.
And you see she's like wearing the wig and the outfit, and it's like, and Rumi is also, we didn't mention this, she's a bigger woman.
Yeah, she's a little fuller figured.
She's got a fuller figure, so it's like funny to like see like the little skinny Mima and then the Rumi behind her in the reflection.
I'll have to look out for that next.
It's
That's
a really
so funny.
we can rewatch just that.
I think at this point I don't even know what was going on. I was like, girl, what is this? But yeah,
And
that makes more sense.
We get to a point where Mima like breaks a glass window while in a struggle with Rumi, and Mima, in a last-ditch effort, rips the wig off of Rumi, and that sends Rumi into a panic. And as she goes to like grab the wig and put it back on, she stabs herself in the abdomen accidentally.
Pierced by the glass.
By glass.
Yeah, that was really uncomfortable.
And she grabs the wig and she stumbles into traffic. And she puts on the wig, and as soon as she puts it back on, she turns back into looking like Mima, but she has like a big blood streak on her face.
Okay,
and this is another really
now that I know the twist, this is funny because she's like imagining like, oh, I'm the star.
Yes.
And so she thinks
I'm the star.
It's very Shade the Musical.
Yes.
I'm the star. She thinks the headlights coming at her is probably a spotlight. So she like stands up like she's like, I live for the applause.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And
yeah.
So but it's really fun. I love how it like changes back into Mima when she puts the wig on, and like this shot's really famous where she's like covering her face and it's covered in blood.
Okay.
Like that's a really famous shot from this film. But yeah, she stands in front of this truck that's coming towards her with the lights, and Mima pushes her out of the way.
Mima saves her. Mm-hmm.
We then get a scene forward into the future. A little bit time has passed. We don't really know how much time has passed. Arumi has now been admitted to a mental health hospital. Turns out that she actually has multiple personality disorder.
Okay.
And the doctor's telling Mima, sometimes she does switch into that personality of believing that she's Mima again. Mima admits, I know I'm never going to like see the Rumi I knew ever again, but I'm still very grateful for what she's been able to help me, how she was able to help me in my life.
Oh, interesting. So she's taking the high roads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know what? Rumi's mentally ill, so...
Okay, yeah.
She wasn't being malicious. She was just insane. She killed a lot of people, but not Mima.
Period.
And it turns out Mima's career has only gotten bigger, and she continues...
She grew her bob. It's a lob.
She's got a lob now. She got long hair now.
Okay.
And that's the end.
Yeah, she says
perfect-
she looks at herself in the rear view window and she like sees her reflection and she's like, "It's the real me," or something like that.
Yes.
Okay,
The end.
Okay. I want to go back and rewatch it now that you explained that to me, because. And maybe it's just me not being very media literate. But I think I am,
Yeah.
I think I am.
But again, like I said,
But I think it's the animation
This film can
style.
be very confusing because it is filmed in a way, and this is why I do think it is better than Black Swan. Because Black Swan, it's just Natalie Portman going crazy the whole time, and you're like, this bitch is crazy. This one I like because you kind of go on the journey with Mima of like, am I going fucking crazy watching this film?
No, for sure. I was
Which
just
some people I can understand may not like.
It was just
but-
more so confusing for me and less of like an effective artistic choice.
Okay.
Storytelling wise. And yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it was my first time watching it and I had to read the subtitles, the character designs being really similar looking, and just my preconceived notions of what I thought the story was
gonna
be and what it ultimately ended up being. It was just, I think I needed
because it
to
really does set you
process
up
it.
to believe, oh, it's just a stalker. It's a stalker.
Thought it
story.
was a stalker, and I think the fact that initial scene that we see him, the way he's posed, it really does look like he's doing a spell, like a voodoo spell. He has his hand out in a very like, I'm a sorcerer kind of way. And I really did think that there was some kind of occult or magic or supernatural shit going on for the longest time watching this movie. But now knowing
No,
that
they're all just mentally ill.
yeah, it's just a lot of like psychosis pretty much and hallucinations. I think that would reframe the way that I felt about the storyline itself.
Yes, the only scene that like wasn't real. She has a dream of chasing after the doppelganger into the streets and gets hit by a truck driven by the creepy fan. That was just a dream.
That threw me the fuck off.
That sequence was a dream.
Yeah.
Because that's the one where she's like, oh, I thought maybe that, because then she starts to question, like, did I die? I forgot to mention
That's
that.
why
I'm
I
so
thought
sorry.
this was like Groundhog's Day. Because I thought that, just like no matter what, she was going to keep repeating the same.
Yeah, I totally did not mention that scene. I apologize.
Okay, well, that's okay.
I think it's because I know in the context it's just a dream, so I didn't think it was.
Okay, yeah.
So I apologize for not mentioning that.
I thought
scene.
that was part of the time loop. That's why I thought this was a time loop.
That was just a dream.
Okay.
That was just like she's just so exhausted now. Because she's been seeing the fan everywhere, so she's gonna have a dream about the fan going after her because she's convinced like he's doing something, but then also like the doppelganger is just again her self-doubt and her just continuing to be like, oh, you made the wrong choice and this is all happening because you're going into acting. And
Okay.
so
Okay, I'm gonna say I need to rewatch. That will help me. I appreciate the story a lot more having you explain it to me. I wish it was just more apparent, like what the choices they were trying to make. But overall, this movie is really, really cool. Like, it's such a beautifully animated film.
there's amazing shots.
There's a lot of great artistry going on here. The storyline, it has a great setup, and if you weren't like me and weren't confused, I could see where it would be like really satisfying. So I still would recommend this film.
Because I will say Keaton got it the first time. So I mean, I'm not like saying, but I think that might just be a thing with this film is like for some people it's
with your what your preconceived notions are, I think, a little bit.
Maybe you went in with too many expectations.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I was just like ready for a good time, but I'm the kind of bitch where I need a storyline to make sense.
You need
know me, I'm so story focused.
Yeah.
I always have been, and if stories don't make sense to me, it's hard for me to be open-minded toward that. I'm like, no, it gotta make sense.
Yep.
Can't be open-ended or anything like that.
But again, this is one. It's how I feel about like Scream. It's very fun to rewatch.
Rewatch. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah,
It's a fun
because
rewatch.
knowing that it was Liza, that'll be fun to like look out for little clues along the way.
Yeah, the only person that the creepy fan hurt was it's implied the only one he hurt was the heckler.
Okay.
The hit and run.
Because
there was that one was not killed. There was no
But something else that I want clarification though, really quick. Now that I'm thinking about it, is was she thinking that she was maybe the one who killed the photographer?
Yes, because what's most likely happened is Rumi killed him before coming over for dinner, planted the clothes.
Okay.
And then when she finds the clothes, because it's implied, because she also, when she's looking at the blog and it says, talking about shopping at Harajuku, which she didn't do, she's like, I guess I shopped at Harajuku. So she's questioning, like, she doesn't have a grip on, like, what am I doing day to day? Am I, like, how many days have passed? Am I doing things and I'm not remembering it?
And she wasn't seeing, like, flashbacks of herself
killing. She was just imagining herself, like,
as it. That confuses me too. I wish that was, like, a little bit more clear in retrospect, because that also kind of contributed to me not understanding the reveal going on, I think. Also, I'm wondering now, something else I'm thinking about. If the pie or the cake or whatever the fuck that they keep eating at the beginning of every cycle, I guess, I wonder if it was, like, drugged. Like, did Liza, like, maybe put some shit in her cake to, like, fuck with her head? Like, make her, like, forget, like, have, like, memory lapses or, like, pass out or something? Because
there's no implication of that.
That's just kind of, like, my little theory, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there was any implication of that. I think she was just really going mentally insane.
Because, well, then another issue I have, tail spinning off of that, is I wish that there was more of a resolution with Mima and her internal...
Yeah, because I will say the ending of the film with it just kind of being that line of, I'm the real thing. It's like...
First of all, corny.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, I always thought the ending of this film, I'm like, oh, this gets really corny. Like, the film is so great and so serious, and I'm like, that's always been my critique. I think the ending kind of, because then it's like this weird, like, city pop, like, electric guitar.
Yeah, the like needle drop of, like, pop music was wild.
Because the music throughout the film is really great, like the creepy, suspenseful.
The score is amazing.
The score is great.
The suspenseful score was amazing. But yeah, I wish
and then that just random song at the end.
Because, like, Mima is mentally ill. If we're to understand by the end of it that Mima was definitely seeing just, like, hallucinations of her teen bopper self, then I want my homegirl to get, like, checked up on for that.
But I think it's
she's
also
like schizophrenic,
because the blog was also writing a lot of those doubts that she started to get into her own head, and that was
I have these doubts that keep running.
And so I think you know what I mean. Like a lot of her negativity.
I really think it would be cool to rewind. Sometimes I just want to rewind.
So I think Mima, because Rumi was kind of the source of a lot of her self-doubt.
Yeah.
Because Rumi's also the one who's the whole time against her doing acting and constantly telling her to go
always
back,
nagging on her about
to go back to singing.
Yeah,
to go back to singing. And so I think that's where a lot of it came from. She was just, and nobody was really giving her like a lot of like praise.
I just feel like my homegirl's schizophrenic though. Like she needs to be medicated or like see a therapist. And I would have liked to have gotten more resolution on like what she was struggling with, for sure.
That's fair.
But I mean, overall, very spooky, gorgeously animated, very creative.
Great kills.
And if you love anime, you are going to fucking love this movie.
Yes.
I feel like I've seen where this movie is always in like top 10 anime movies of all time. Like it's just very well regarded, which I love that for.
I mean, this film has inspired not just Aronofsky, but a lot of.
I love that. And I love that it's like horror. That's so fun. I love animated horror. So that's why this was really fun. And I appreciate it for that. And I'm excited to give it a rewatch. So, okay. Very interesting discussion that we were able to have.
I'm glad I was able to clear up some of the confusion.
Like 100% you cleared it all up for me. I just wish the film was a little bit more effective for a first-time viewer.
Fair.
But what are you going to do?
And Japanese storytelling, it's going to be very different than how...
That's real too. Yeah.
That's just... Especially, I mean, when it comes to horror, because Japanese horror is much more focused on psychological than it ever is on
so it's not
like
as
gore
linear as I'm used to. And yeah, that's a good point too, for sure. But okay, what a fun and interesting start to J Horror January.
And 2026.
2026. So I'm excited to go forward with J Horror January because next week we are doing Jew on the Grudge.
I'm excited. I haven't seen
I've never seen the original. We watched the hokey pokey American version.
And I can't watch that without thinking of Scary Movie 4.
Which,
Because especially the scene where he's looking at the photos.
And it's the woman that you keep
Because all I think of is when it's literally Jigsaw with all like the baby.
Right, he was there the whole time. So funny, right? But yeah, I've only ever heard that Jew on the Grudge is one of the most scary and visceral horror movies of all time. And I think that it uses more practical effects than like this shitty CGI that we got in the American version. So I am so excited to like dive into that movie and to experience.
It's gonna be great, I'm sure.
I know, I'm excited. So yeah, look forward to that. I think that's all I have to say for this week. I'm happy that we're back doing this.
Me too.
I miss Let's Scream. You know, it was nice to take a break, but this is such a part of our bonding as friends. And it's such a part of my schedule. I feel like more, I don't know, in sync with everything when we're doing podcasts. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is fun. I hope you all had a great time with us in Mima's room.
Mima's room.
Learning all about
is it the real Mima's room? Sometimes it's the fake Mima's room.
Girl, that was Rumi's room.
That was Rumi's. That was Liza's room. Okay. And please remember to follow the pod, like the pod, and leave a glowing review of the pod, of course. We are at Let's Screen Pod on all socials. You can send us movie requests for future episodes. You can follow me at Parker_Will_C on Instagram.
And you can follow me at Stevie Nash 95 on Instagram.
And until next time, this has been
Let's Scream. Bye.